We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And the stock had a huge pullback today. And it's on the date before the big announcement coming up tomorrow from the company, right? So it's having support though at some key levels. We need to see what 42 Vision is showing, what the inflow versus outflow indicator is showing. But before we break it all down, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think tomorrow it could recover with strength, or this run is over? I'm going to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home runs we managed to find this week alone. While it's not guaranteed to be this way every single day, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the two stocks I mentioned this morning. Both of them gave jumps of 20% plus, constituting to be a home run. And this is the first one here. We caught this one in the pre-market sitting sideways, got a bear indicator. Outflows were dominating, but it found support and consolidated. And once those inflows picked up, that bull indicator and full strength on 42 Vision, it gave a highest point of 70% plus, guys. And our other stock was in the pre-market under a bear indicator, sitting sideways, and towards the bell, started to gain strength, got those inflows that picked up with full strength here, that bull indicator, full strength on 42 Vision, and gave a highest point of 40% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this edge and clarity of the charts and know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And the stock has pulled back in a major way. Instead of holding up really strong above $13, it broke below it. But it's still fighting at some key resistance and support levels, especially based off the history of the chart. Now, when did the stock actually start building momentum? Well, it was back here on August 24th. And it was on this news coming up here on the screen as you see it, talking about how they landed a deal for financing, right? Basically, they're not going bankrupt, quote unquote. Now, there's a big announcement coming up tomorrow, and this is why the stock continued to run up higher, and now it's pulling back the day before. Again, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think this is just some profit taking, or the bears coming back up and the shorts trying to take advantage of these higher prices to go ahead and bring it down even lower? Or is this announcement tomorrow going to give this strength, and this is just setting up for the next bull run, and somebody's just taking profits within this move? Because it's a very interesting fact that this is falling right before the announcement, almost making it seem like the announcement isn't going to be so great, right? Or it could be a fake out, right? And then the announcement is going to pull it right back up. And this is why we need to look at what the charts are showing. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, QQQ bot, newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator as well, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are under a bear indicator, the first bear indicator since last week on the 25th, consolidation, yesterday's run, and now it just got its first bear indicator in days, and it's the first time that the outflows crossed again and started to dominate. You could see it there, and I stated this in yesterday's video. We need to see these outflows, even though they're pulling back, stay above the midpoint. But if we continue towards it and crossed it, the outflows could start to dominate, right? I stated that, and I talked about how important it was to stay above $11.50, and below that was $11. Now, interesting enough, it's above $11.50, but we got a lot closer to it now. Those outflows got crossed, and that bear indicator here as we see it, guys. Super important to keep this in mind. Now, here we are trying to come back up, and it's going to be very important to watch these inflows as they're trying to come back up, but they're not strong enough to impact the overall chart just yet. And we need this bear indicator to get canceled out in the process by a bull indicator if it continues to push up, but it needs to cross that midpoint, guys. This midpoint needs to be crossed again. You could see what happens once it gets crossed. Got crossed, stayed above it, full strength from way down here at $10 to $15. Same thing right here, jumped up from 8 all the way to 12. And then right now the outflows dominated, first time that we've seen several days. And it went down from 14 all the way back down towards 11. So these inflow versus outflows allow us to see and have that edge within the volatility, how things are moving and who is dominating. The bulls or the bears, and the bull and bear indicators are there as extra layers of confirmation within the shifts as well of the shifts of the bars from bright green back down towards white with red borders and red bars, and same thing on the way back up. Now, not strong enough here just because it's bouncing up. We definitely want to see that cross. Now, on the 15 minute, you could see how it's trying to get closer, right? Super important. I talked about this yesterday as well, how the 15 minute was coming down closer to that midpoint. If it crossed it, it could signify further weakness. In the pre-market, it had a little bit of a bounce, but once that outflow got crossed, that bear indicator popped up, full transition from strength to weakness. We hit another dip area here, and right now it's trying to reverse. Inflows have been picking up all day, but not enough to cross. I'm going to be watching if this could cross going into tomorrow, hold itself above it, cancel out that bear indicator, and get a bull indicator in the process of the overall trend upwards, and the 30 minute to get pulled up with it. Now, when you look at the bigger picture, the 4 hour just got a bull indicator today in the pre-market, right? And things are quickly shifting back up. Now, in the bigger picture of all of this, this bull indicator needs to get canceled out by a bear indicator to end up being a fake out, and also these outflows need to end up crossing the midpoint. Now, if this turns out to be a real sentiment of strength and setup here, this could be the bull run here that is setting up to go even higher, specifically if it brings itself back up, brings those inflows back up, does not cross the midpoint, and no bear indicator pops up. This bull indicator could hold true in the overall trend of the chart. But keep in mind, this has done a full transition into strength. That bull indicator popped up and quickly got rejected, guys. So it was setting up for a lot more strength. I'm not stating it was going to move like it did here. I've always stated not guaranteed, but those inflows were dominating, but they actually started to sit sideways right after on the next bar, and it started to pull back down. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. Very interesting day, especially as it's holding above 1150, getting back into the 12s. We need to see if it could break above the high of the day, and this bull indicator could end up holding to be true within the volatility, and this could be the setup before the next bull run, and these inflows not crossing to the downside, if not pulling back up and going from red to green, is going to be a lot more strength in the bigger picture. Not guaranteed though, right? So what are the supports and resistance? Well, the first one's 1150. Below that is down here at 1080s, and then down here towards 1012. And we also need to watch to the upside the first resistance here of 1342, and then the highs here of the pre-market of 1542. And in the process, for the bear indicator to get canceled on the 30 minute and 15 minute, and I'm going to be watching for those inflows to pick up on the 15 minute and 30 minute chart. As we see here, it's bringing itself back up, but still needs to cross that midpoint to the upside and have some strength like it's done in the previous times and in the last several days. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below, and let's make some money.